Hey everybody, this is David, or aka Chessman, here to continue coverage of the Clutch Chess Champions Showdown. We just had day 3 today, which is the last day, so we're going to cover the games and just take a quick review to see what happened. We're going to go through rounds 13 through 18. Round 13, we had Fabiano Caruana with the white pieces versus Hikaru Nakamura. Fabiano got a 98.7 accuracy in this game, while Hikaru got a 99% accuracy. I only see one mistake. Let's see what happened. Got a Sicilian defense, a hyper-accelerated dragon, looks like Queen d4 was an inaccuracy, but it looks like it just gives black a slight edge if he plays Queen takes d4, which he does. So black has a slight edge. And it ends in a draw. And today on game 3, draws are only worth 1 point, even though a win is winning a game you get 3 points and $3,000, but a draw you only get 1 point, so they're both 1 out of 3. Let's take a look at game 2. Game 2, we got Gukesh with the white pieces versus Magnus Carlsen. Gukesh got an 86.6 accuracy, while Magnus got a 93.9 accuracy. I do see some mistakes in this game. Let's see what happened. Got a Roy Lopez. Looks like Bishop e3 was a blunder. This gives black a 1.5 advantage if he plays c takes d5. But he does not. Instead plays knight bd7, which just gives white a slight edge now. Looks like rook e to d1 was an inaccuracy. This gives black a point advantage if he plays c takes d5, and he does not. Instead plays queen c7, but black still has a significant edge, about 3/4 of a point, but does not play the right move. So white does not play the right move. It's a missed opportunity, and this gives black a 1.5 advantage if he plays c takes d5, which he does. h4 was an inaccuracy. This gives black almost a 2-point advantage if he plays h5, and he does. and black wins the game. Magnus Carlsen wins and gets 3 points and $3,000. Let's take a look at round 14. Game 1. This game we got Hikaru with the white pieces versus Fabiano. Hikaru got a 79.5 accuracy and Fabiano got an 84.4 accuracy. I do see some mistakes. Let's see what happened. Looks like we got a Sicilian defense. An Alpine Sicilian. Looks like rook d3 was an inaccuracy. This gives black a slight edge if he plays bishop c8. c5 is the next best move, and that's what is played. Bishop b5 takes b5 was a mistake. This gives black almost a 1.5 advantage if he plays queen takes b5, and he does. Queen c7 was a mistake. This gives away most of the advantage. Black only has a slight edge now. Queen f5 was an inaccuracy. Actually a big mistake. This gives white over a 3-point advantage, almost 4-point advantage if he plays queen h2. And he does not. He misses that opportunity. Instead plays queen takes c4. And this, however, white now has a slight edge, almost a point edge, if he plays e4 or queen f4. And he plays e4. So white has a 1.5 advantage, but does not play queen c6, which is what the move was called for. Instead plays rook d to h2, and this brings the game to pretty much an even game. Queen c6 was a mistake, however, and this gives black the edge again with a 1.5 advantage if he plays rook b to d5, and he does. Rook h8 was a mistake, and this gives black almost a 3-point advantage if he plays king g7, and he does not. But king e7 was the second best move. Rook 7 to d6 was a mistake. This brings black's advantage to about a 1.75 if white plays rook h1, which he does. Queen d5 was a mistake. This gets rid of most of the advantage. It's pretty much an even game now if white plays c4, and he does. Queen c5 was a mistake. This swings the edge considerably in black's favor, giving black a 2.5-point advantage if he plays king b7, which he does. And black wins. And for some reason with the win. Okay, so now Fabiano's 4 out of 6. He got 1 point for the draw, and now 3 points for the win. So he made $3,000 off this game. And in round 14, game 2, we got Magnus versus Gukesh. And Magnus got a 93.9% accuracy, while Gukesh got an 85.8 accuracy. See a couple mistakes in the game. Let's see what happens. Looks like we got a Roy Lopez. Looks like queen takes h4 was a mistake. This gives white over a point advantage if he plays rook e1, and he does not. It says plays e takes d6. However, white still has almost a point advantage, about 3/4 of a point. f5 was a mistake. And this gives white over a 2-point advantage if he plays rook e6. And he does. And white wins the game. Magnus is now 6 out of 6, winning 2 games. So he's made $6,000 today so far. And Gukesh is at 0. Take a look at round 15. Round 15, we got Magnus versus Fabiano. Magnus got a 97% accuracy in this game, and Fabiano got a 91.2% accuracy. Do see some mistakes. Let's see what happened. Start off with a ready opening. Turns into an English, and then a Sicilian defense. Looks like b4 was a missed opportunity. Let's see what move he should have played. Looks like he should have played c takes b5. That would have given white almost a point in 3/4, a point and a quarter advantage. Instead played b4. Looks like h6 was a blunder. This gives white over a point advantage if he plays rook takes d6 or g takes h6. Played rook takes d6. Says it's a missed opportunity, but it looks like it was one of the two moves. So white is now has a 1-point advantage. Queen c7 was an inaccuracy. This gives white a 1.5-point advantage if he plays b5, which he does. And Magnus gets the win and brings his win at 9 out of 9. He's got $9,000 from today so far. And Fabiano's is only 4 out of 9. Let's see. Now, round 15, game 2. We get Hikaru Nakamura with the white pieces versus Gukesh. Hikaru got a 98.4% accuracy, while Gukesh got a 98.5% accuracy in this game. I don't see any mistakes. Let's see what happened. and it looks like they agreed to a draw. And this brings Hikaru 2 out of 9 for the day today, and Gukesh 1 out of 9. Let's take a look at round 16. Round 16, we got Fabiano Caruana with the white pieces versus Magnus Carlsen with the black pieces. Fabiano got an 85.3 accuracy on this game, while Magnus got an 87.3 accuracy. I see a couple mistakes. And let's see what happened. Looks like we got a Roy Lopez. Looks like knight b3 was a mistake. This gives black a slight advantage if he plays bishop b4, which he does. Looks like a3 was a missed opportunity. Let's see what move he should have played. Looks like he should have played knight to f5. That would have given black a slight edge. Instead he played a3. And now black has a 1 point advantage if he plays c3, which he does. So a takes b4 was a mistake. This gives black a 2 point advantage if he plays bishop takes f1, which he does. Bishop c4 was a mistake. This loses most of the advantage and just gives black a slight advantage if he plays knight takes c6. If white plays knight takes c6, and he does not. Instead plays bishop takes a5, which brings black's advantage to a point and 3/4 if he plays queen takes e4, which he does. f6 was an inaccuracy. This loses some of the advantage. Now black only has a 1 point advantage if white plays h5, and he does. f4 was an inaccuracy. This gives black almost a 2 point advantage if he plays g5, or bishop d5 is good as well, and he plays bishop d5. g5 was a mistake. This gives black almost a 3 point advantage if he plays bishop a8. He instead plays f takes g5. But that still gives black a 2.5 point advantage. And Magnus wins the game, bringing his lead 12 out of 12. So he's got $12,000 for today. And Fabiano's still at 4 points. Let's take a look at the next game. Round 16, game 2. We got Gukesh with the white pieces versus Hikaru with the black pieces. Gukesh got an 88.5% accuracy on this game, while Hikaru got a 95.5 accuracy. I do see some mistakes. Let's see what happened. Looks like we got a Sicilian defense. Hyper accelerated dragon. Queen e3 was a mistake. Well, apparently white still has a slight advantage. Knight g3 was a mistake, but white still has a slight advantage, so wasn't really a big mistake. e6 was a missed opportunity. This brings white's advantage to almost a point. If he plays knight f6 check or knight takes f5, plays knight takes f5. Rook a8 was a mistake. This gives white a point and a half advantage if he plays rook h to d1, and he does. h4 was a blunder. This loses all the advantage. It's now an even game if black plays rook takes d1, which he does. h5 was an inaccuracy. This gives black a slight advantage if he plays knight c3, and he does. Rook d7 check was a mistake. This gives black a 2-point advantage, almost 2.5 points advantage if he plays king f8, which is the only move. And Hikaru wins the game, bringing him a score of 5 out of 12 and just winning $3,000. Now we're up to round 17, game 1. We got Fabiano Caruana with the white pieces versus Gukesh. Fabiano got a 96% accuracy in this game, and Gukesh got a 96.1% accuracy. I only see a couple mistakes. Let's see what happened. We got an English opening. Looks like bishop takes b7 was a mistake. This gives black over a point advantage if he plays c takes b3. But he misses that move. Instead plays rook to a7, which gives black still has almost a point advantage if white plays bishop f3. And he does. And with two kings on the board, it's a draw. This brings Fabiano 5 out of 15 and Gukesh 2 out of 15. And round 17, game 2, we got Magnus with the white pieces versus Hikaru. Magnus got a 98% accuracy, while Hikaru got a 98.4% accuracy. And I only see one mistake. Let's see what happened. We got a Sicilian defense. Another hyper-accelerated dragon. Says knight h6 was an inaccuracy. This now gives white a slight edge if he plays e takes d6, which he does. And it ends in a quick draw. This is Magnus's first draw of the game, or a non-win of the day. So he's 13 out of 15, while Hikaru's 6 out of 15. I believe Magnus is in the lead. Now, round 18, we got Gukesh with white pieces versus Fabiano with the black pieces. Gukesh got a 93% accuracy in this game, while Fabiano got a 93.7 accuracy. I do see some mistakes. Let's see what happened. Looks like knight d4 was a mistake. This gives black a significant advantage if he plays knight takes a4, which he does. Knight e4 was a mistake. And this gives black a 1.5 point advantage if he plays queen d7 or knight a b6. He plays knight a b6. G6 was a mistake. This loses half point of the advantage. Black's only up by about a point now if white plays knight 4 b5 and does not. Instead plays f5, which gives black a 1.25 advantage. A2 was an inaccuracy, and this loses all of the advantage. Well, black now only has a slight edge if white plays knight takes f7, and he does. That's the best move. And it's a draw. I think that's Gukesh's third draw today. The rest are losses. And Fabiano is now 6 out of 18. So let's take a look at the last game. The last game we got Hikaru Nakamura with the white pieces versus Magnus. We got Hikaru with a 98.4 accuracy, and Magnus got a 98.6% accuracy. Looks like a quick draw. Let's see what happened. Got a 4 knights game. And they're just like that. We got a quick draw, and the tournament's over. Magnus got a 14 out of 18. Hikaru 7 out of 18. Let's take a look at the standings, the final standings. Just to re-say it, day 1, Gukesh was in the lead with 4 points. Day 2, Fabiano had the lead with 9 points. And day 3, Magnus has the lead, but with 14 points. Hikaru in the second place with 7 points. Fabiano in third with 6 points, and Gukesh in fourth with 3 points. But the overall score is Magnus with the win with 25.5 points. Fabiano in second with 16.5 points. Hikaru Nakamura in third with 14 points, and Gukesh in fourth with 10 points. So good job, Magnus Carlsen. Good job to all of them. It was a great tournament, and hopefully we'll learn something from their games, and hopefully they keep doing more tournaments like this, because they should keep putting the best players in the world against each other. That's all I have for today. You can check out the rest of my videos. I have a lot of videos on the openings and covering different tournaments. If there's other tournaments you think I should cover, just leave it in the comments and I'll try to. If they're on chess.com, then it's really easy. I think I can cover the ones that are on Lee Chess as well. That shouldn't be a problem. But I'm really familiar with chess.com, so I'd rather do that, but it's all good. If If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Trying my best. I'm trying to. Hopefully, my videos are getting better as I learn more. But I hope you're getting some good information out of these, and I hope it improves your chess, and I hope everything goes well. So I hope you enjoy your day, and that's it. Bye.